everyone. Hi. I'm super excited. Are you guys ready? I wish you guys could talk back to me. This would have been so much fun. welcome. I'm just waiting for Dr. T. Hi, Annie. I'm just waiting for Dr. T to come on now. Hi, guys. Yes, thank you for coming on early. Hello. Hi. I see you guys. Dr. T, where are you? Yay, Anna, I see you. Yes, where's everyone? Let me just check on him. Hey, welcome. Welcome, Dr. Toye Akindele. We're very excited to have you here. We have so many questions for you, especially because, AGS Tribe is a platform that has a lot of entrepreneurs on the platform. So we have a lot of questions for you. So the way it works typically is I ask you a set of questions, and then it would take about maybe an hour or 45 minutes. And then if I'm sure the guests would have, questions to ask, so we would have to break it off at 1 hour and probably come back. So welcome. So all of you, I'm not going to assume everybody here knows who I am, because I'm sure some people would have joined from Dr. Toye's page as well. So my name is Durosinmi Etti. I'm the founder of AGS Tribe, and AGS Tribe is a platform that connects women to each other and to business opportunities. So what are these opportunities? So opportunities like grants, fellowships, scholarships, loans, jobs, and all kinds of things that can empower women and all of that. So, and we have a community as well. The community has right now over 1,100 women, and we pretty much just help each other. And it's a subscription-based community. It's 5,000 naira every month or 5,000 for the year. So, if you guys are here and you love everything I've said, just join us. And we have things like this all the time. So, let's just get into it, because I'm sure you guys are ready to, hear from Dr. Toye Akindele. So, the first question I have for you, in fact, no, okay, yes. So the first question, not really a question. So I want you to first introduce yourself. So who are you? What do you do? How did you get to where you are now? Because we're very interested in your journey. So how did you get to where you are now? How did you start investing? How did you tell us that journey? So tell us about yourself.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. If I think if you stop touching your hair, you are pretty enough, but that's okay. I think I need to first say that this between Ife, Pamela, and Sharon, you guys have conspired to put me on Instagram by force. I've avoided Instagram all my life. But hey, thank you for having me here, Ife. And thank you again for giving me the graveyard session. This is 9 p.m. where everybody wants to sleep or wants to eat, right? But hopefully we'll make it fun, make it worthwhile. So my name is Akintoye Akindele. I'm a nobody. So I don't know what Ife I saw Ife's profile about me, and I wonder who gave Ife all that profile about me. I'm a nobody. I'm not the first thing about life. Nobody is that special. They're nobody. There's nothing special about you. But in my nobody, I'm a product of grace. I've been lucky to have parents who felt the need to train me. I've been lucky to have siblings who felt the need to nurture me. I've been lucky to have friends who, by the way, I must frustrate a lot of my friends. They know themselves. I'll call them out over the next 2 hours, who actually accommodate me enough to be my friend. So I'm a product of grace. I basically invest in businesses, but most important, I invest in people. And my journey My journey is an interesting one, and I think I will answer that question about who I am with the headline story of the first topic. When I first saw the topic, it said Untold Stories of Failure. I said, if you're going to expose me in the public, don't do it like this now. I know I've failed a lot, but people don't know that. So I'll tell you a joke, right? Somebody I've known for 36 years, no, 30 years actually, messaged me today and said he was looking forward to my session today. And I said, why? And he said to me that he was not sure the headline was for me because failure, he didn't think I had failed at all. I've known this guy from 1990 till now. In fact, while I was trying to log on, the guy had come and told you, we're waiting for you, come on. So it's interesting how people don't know how people see your glory, they don't know your story. Even people close to you see your glory, they don't know your story. So the way I think I'm going to start a few things first. Let's set some ground rules today. I have 1 hour to talk, and you have 1 hour to ask me questions. I don't believe in failure, okay? I believe in failing. Let me first debunk that statement. Because failure is a noun. It means that's the end. It means you're defined by failure. Failing is a verb. It means it's continuous. You can get out of it. So nobody's a destination. Nobody's a noun, apart from your name or who you are. Every other thing you do apart from that is a verb, is a being word, right? If my English is right. So I think my first taste of failure was 37 years ago, right? And that will start my journey of who I am. I was meant to go to, interesting, but very few people know this story, not even my siblings. Maybe my dad and one of my siblings know this story. I did common entrance to go to 5 schools. I think I failed all the 4 schools, except 1, right? Interesting journey, right? And I was pretty smart in primary school. I used to top my class, like everybody would say. I was in top 2. I did common entrance for federal colleges. I did King's College. I did Air Force. I did Nigerian Army. None of them will have me except Nigerian Navy. It was so bad that my dad beat me blue and black to say, you can't even pass common entrance and you say you're smart, right? So I'll tell you a story. When I remember the Nigerian Air Force interview, my name was on the list too. My father still felt that my son is smart. He still drove me to the interview and said, my son must pass the exam. Interview him. They did interview me. I still didn't get him. And I think one of the people that interviewed me that day and married his daughter eventually, just to make him pay for interviewing me and not giving me the jobs. I didn't get in, right? So I did 5 common entrance exams, only going to 1, Nigerian Navy. But you see, that there lies what I love about failing. In failing comes your best success stories. Your best stories are made from when you fall down. Because when you fall down, so before I go on, I'm going to say my view of failure and success, of failing and success. So this is what it is. Success is an artwork. Once you draw it, it's very good to look at. You hang it, remind you of how beautiful everything is. In your perfection, success is an artwork. Failure or failing is a mirror. Every day reminds you of your weakness and your strength. You see, that artwork is a series of mirrors. So in your success, it's a series of failures. So success is an artwork. So for failing 4 common entrance exams, I got 1. I got Nigerian Navy, who will have me, and I did very well. I was even top 5. I'm like, wow, okay. Funny, when I did the exam, I would have sworn I passed all the 5 except Nigerian Navy. But that's how life works, right? So I went to Nigerian Navy 37 years ago, and I formed bonds that will change my life forever. Most of the guys I met there are still in my life today. So that's my journey. I went to Nigerian Navy for high school. And so my first taste of failure was when I was just barely a teenager, and I realized that no matter how smart you are, things don't always go your way in life, right? You plan, you prepare, you think they'll go your way, they won't go your way. So be kind to yourself in your failure. But I promise you, for each time you fall down, getting up is a great experience. So I went to Nigerian Navy, and when I was back in the, we call it Form 4. 1987, my dad came and said, you must come and do your WAEC. WAEC was high school, West African Examination Council then, back in the day. I remember because again, somehow I got myself to being smart from 3. My first 2 years in high school, I was shit, by the way. Let me not claim anything. Because I got into high school, I wasn't serious. And my dad realized I wasn't serious, took away all my pecs, my driver, my everything. So I think my head was set straight by that. I started doing very well. But I was in Form 4, which is SS1. And now I should do my WAEC exams, which was pretty big deal back in the day, only for smart people. So I fast track, I did my WAEC exam and I passed, right? I passed my WAEC, I was Form 4, everybody was like, I was the only person in my school that did WAEC in Form 4. And I was really a lot of smart guys in my set back then, right? And I was on a high. And my dad then said, since you're so smart, do JAM following year and enter university. Of course, I flung that JAM because you're most valuable after your success. You are most likely to fail after you be successful, because success is a lousy teacher. Teaches you nothing apart from your ego. Tells you how good you are, how badass you are, and you can't think. Those that know how to live life, once they are successful, they pack away that success and start over again, because success is a derivative of all your past failures and efforts. So where you are right now, if you are successful, is hard work you do to get there. The next step is not correlated to the first step. So I didn't do well in that JAM, and I didn't get into Unilag, and I went to get Unilag so badly back then. I went to get Unilag so badly. So I'll tell you a joke and I'll fast forward. I think I've applied to, like, in my life, I've applied to about 7 schools. I only got into 2. Unilag didn't accept me. Now I teach there. So all Unilag guys, you missed out on me, eh? Unilag didn't accept me. Now I teach there, I lecture there. So you guys eat your heart out, and Unilag people, I love you guys. Imperial College, my master didn't accept me. University of Chicago didn't accept me. Harvard didn't accept me. LSE, Imperial, they all didn't accept me. Now I teach in those places. So it doesn't matter what life throws at you, right? My point is, I tried to get in Unilag, I didn't get in, but I'm like, whatever, I was going to go to IFE anyway. And I then went to IFE, I did chemical engineering. I tried the following year, I was a lot more sober. I realized I was just human. I left off my high chain of passing WAEC in Form 4, did my JAM, following year, got in, did chemical engineering, University of IFE, left in top 5-10% of my class. Again, I was on a high, top 10% of my class, left university, started looking for a job. If you had told me I would not be an engineer, I would not get a slum BG or mobile, I'll have told you that's not possible. I felt for me, being smart meant being successful. There is no bigger lie in life. Being smart is a commodity. Smart and success are not correlated. Okay? Smart is a commodity you can buy it everywhere. However, grace and success are correlated. Patience and success are correlated. Hunger and success are correlated. Hard work and success are correlated. Smart is just something you can buy. So I left university pretty smart, 2-1, chemical engineering, and I tried every exam in Nigeria for engineers. I did Slum BJ, I did Mobile, I did Total, I did Shell, I did everything. I passed the failed the interview. In fact, the only person that had me was NMPC. In fact, I failed the exam for flour mills. Can you imagine? I mean, flour mills, if I was Dunlop flour mills, I didn't even get it. This was 25 years ago, man. But you see, there's a very powerful statement that I believe in. They say faith has friends. Destiny people will always find you. When you are failing and you keep doing 5 things, I will tell people what to do when you fall down, when you are failing. Because failing is a verb, right? It means that you're improving. If you do those 5 things, you keep getting better. Each time I fall down in my life, I do 5 things. First thing I do, I test my assumptions. Why am I here? What assumption did I make to make me fail? Point 1. So, where was the source of that assumption? Was it because I listened to the radio or TV or somebody else? Test that assumption. Please test all your assumptions. Point 1. 2, I then said to myself, that assumption I made, if I made another assumption, will it have gone better? I call that scenario planning, scenario testing. I go back and back testing. I back test my assumptions. I thought to myself, what if I done the other way around? So I test those assumptions. I then say, okay, now I know I went wrong. I then try again. I then do what I call scenario planning. Next time I get a chance, what will I do? So I did all these exams. After I got into an NMPC, so I was an engineer for 2 years with an NMPC. But I wanted more. I wanted more. I wanted to solve problems. So I started doing banking exams, and the banks would have me. So I got into GT Bank. I was lucky to get into banking at a time where great minds like Okun were trying to nurture great minds. And I was put in the hand of a great sponsor, a great parent called Tutusheleye, who nurtured my weaknesses into strength, who showed me my vulnerability into humanity, and who gave me who told me that my ambition was a possibility. And that was big in my life. And right there, I was doing my MCSC exams. And from GT Bank, I was there for a few years where I was in the corporate banking. I then did very well again. And I mean, and again, of course, I got headhunted by another bank. I went to Lead Bank, and I had a good career there where my boss, the great John Darlington, a great man. Listen, most of the great people in life are flawed people. Okay, there's no perfect human being. We're all flawed in our perfection, in our flaw. John was a great man, gave me great opportunity, exposed me, taught me what you don't learn in the books, right? Then said, let's go and start up Bond Bank, Lead Bank. I haven't had another great 2 years, set up Bond Bank. And in Bond Bank, we had a great change narrative of banking. We set up a bank when nobody thought banking was possible again in Nigeria. Great brand, great team, great office. And that relationship then turned south with John and I for a lot of reasons. I then left Bond Bank, newly married, pregnant wife. I thought I was going to be an entrepreneur. And by the way, I mean, I don't know why I thought I was going to be an entrepreneur, because everything I had done before starting Bond Bank, I'd failed at entrepreneurship. Let me tell you, I failed at selling basic. Now, I tried to sell sand. I didn't make money selling sand. You know how easy it is to sell sand? Go to sand growers back in the day, buy sand and sell. I couldn't make it work. I had to go and follow a sand truck from sand growers to Ebeda to make a buck. I said, I'm going to die young by continue working this way. I sold Cyber Cafe. Back in the day, Cyber Cafe was a big deal in Yaba. Cyber Cafe, I not only failed at Cyber Cafe, the debt I got into, my brothers, I'm sure they remember this story. We paid with our salaries for 2-3 years. My brother Bubadi and Uncle B, we paid for our money. We couldn't make it work. Everything I tried, from selling sand to trading, except Bond Bank. Now, why am I saying that? Your successes, again, are some of your failures. I learned how to fail, so I knew how to succeed. Napoleon, the great Napoleon, said, I have faced defeat too many times. I know how to defeat the enemy. And that's powerful. So by the time we're doing Bond Bank, I had a great sponsor. I don't believe in mentors. I believe in sponsors. Because a sponsor is someone that holds your life dearly and then
you're already asking all the questions that I have for you.
Yes. I believe in sponsors. And mentors are important. Don't get me wrong. In my career, I've been lucky to have people who have vested in me. A mentor, if you have a mentor who goes beyond telling you what to do and how to do it, and goes to battle with you, that's a sponsor. I've been lucky to have great sponsors in my life. John was my sponsor. He then took me, a young man with potential, and said, Toye, let's go and build a bank together. And we did. We did great stories. We started Bond Bank, and I left Bond Bank, right? And I tried to go and start my own first firm for 6 months. It didn't work. And I realized at that point in time, again, I failed. I lost all my money setting it up. I was almost bankrupt. I realized I was not ready enough to take on the entrepreneurship market. So what did I do? I went back to employment, and I joined Capital Alliance. I was lucky that Dr. Akindele, then former Minister of Investment, will have me as an investment officer. And I then worked at Capital Alliance for like 5 years, where I did a lot of this in investment and technology, met a lot of great people, worked on a lot of transactions from MTN to Swift Networks, GS Telecom Resourcery. I learned from a lot of great minds. I was able to now have a perspective of equity, maybe from debt. So I did banking. I was an engineer first. I did banking, I learned debt, and I learned equity. And in 2006, 2007, I left Synergy I left Capital last, set up Synergy Capital because I just felt it was time for me to try my hands again. You see, once you have the bug of curiosity, I caught that bug a long time ago when I was young. I used to go with my dad. My dad retired. My dad, God bless his soul, died just about 60 days ago. Retired from Central Bank in 1988. I used to go with him to Alausa and other places, go and get contracts to build. I was his co-pilot, and I would then understand how he was negotiating. I always felt I wanted to be an entrepreneur. So that bug I caught to it. So hence my BS in curiosity. I was a student of curiosity before I went to university. I was curious. So I was going to go. And remember, by the time I was going to get start Synergy, I'd failed like 10, 15 times. I'd failed to get into even schools that people got into, I couldn't get into, right? But I did my CFA exams. I passed my CFA exam gradually. I made sure along the line, I kept on preparing myself for my journey. Nowadays, people don't prepare themselves for the journey. Imagine going to war, which is what life and success is. You're going to war and you're not preparing for it. So every year back then, I will go on courses abroad. I'll pay for my salary, for my savings. I'll go to London Business School. I'll go to every school around the world to go and learn everything from corporate finance to management to strategy. I did my CFA exams. Even the CFA exam, I didn't pass at once. I failed a couple of times. So I'm talking people see me and say the CFA. I didn't pass at once. Guys, don't get it twisted. I failed a few times because I was distracted. But I never gave up. Because I never gave up. You see, universe will listen to you when you knock enough and say, I'm not going anywhere. Universe answers you and opens up open the door to you. So I was ready again to try. And the Synergy, so I worked. I said Synergy started 2006, December 4. 2006, I left. I was lucky to have a lot of people to believe in me. The great Antimo, I love you to beat Antimo if you are here. Thank you for backing me. A lot of my friends, my brother, Bola Akindele, a lot of my friends, Benga, and even my partner, Ayarodo also brought his friends along. And Aya would then join me 7 months after at Synergy. And we then built Synergy from a dream into reality. So I ran Synergy Capital from 2006 December into 2019 November when I left. And over that course of that journey, a lot of things happened to me. First, we're an investment bank where we did a lot of IPOs, took a lot of companies public, Codeview PLC, Resourcery, Afromedia. Then we tried to raise a fund. Now, this is a very interesting story. A lot of people don't know this story, and I'll tell you this story right now. We tried to raise a fund. Why? Because back then, just like now, under COVID, there was 2008 crash, and everything was going down. So I saw opportunities to buy good assets at good value. You know? Now, we didn't have money. So I said, let's raise a fund. Now, remember, I worked in a fund for a while at Capital Alliance. So we tried to raise a fund, and I went around to all the local pension funds back in the day then. And we were able to get some small commitments. My friend, my two people were very instrumental then. And I think I had to mention this. Ibrahim Diko is a good friend of mine, a special friend of mine. Ibrahim, thank you for all you have done in my life. I owe you that. Ibrahim and I went around to a lot of places. And we couldn't raise that money locally. And I bet my last buck on that. So I packed my bag. But however, while we failed, so I failed to raise that fund in Nigeria, 2012. But I met a man through Ibrahim called Amar Khan. Amar Khan was the pioneer CEO of FSDH. Amar Khan then introduced me to a guy called Zakaria Mahmood in London. Zakaria Mahmood was running an investment firm. Who Amar Khan said, go and meet this guy, you can do stuff together. I then met Zakaria Mahmood, who then introduced a guy called JP Harrop of Urgentius. Urgentius then was a fund administrator, who then told me about a lot of funds that could back us. And one of them was called Kuramo Capital in New York. So I packed my bag from Lagos. I went town to town up until I got to Kuramo Capital. And everybody in New York laughed at me. I went to 1,059 offices in New York looking for money.
Wow.
Most of them from First Avenue to so I took out the map of New York, I mapped it out, and I knocked on doors. Some people laughed at my accent. Some told me I was no good. Some told me I was useless. A lot of them told me to go back to my village. Some people laughed at my face. One people said to me, "Give me your documents and you can go." Until I found Kuramo. Why Kuramo? I saw the name Kuramo Capital. This is a Nigerian name now, and I saw the guy's name. If I don't help, nobody will help me. So I went to his office every day. He will not answer me until a week after, where I finally got into. He saw Lamdi Adeosun, a fantastic guy. I met Wale, and Wale would then mentor me and be my sponsor and support me. We then raised Synergy Capital Fund 1. So you see, for my failure of raising fund in Nigeria, I wanted to just raise a Nigerian fund of $30 million. That was all I wanted to raise in Nigeria. I raised a first fund along with my partner Ayo and my team then at Synergy of $100 million. However, if I did not fail at the first one, if I did not play everything in, and I kept on going for 2 years, people told me I could not do it. People told me I don't have an Ivy League education. People told me I don't belong. I had everything. You see, you need to be deaf and dumb to the naysayers. People's opinion about you are just that. Their opinion about you has nothing to do with you in your life. Okay? Everybody was born free. The day you were born free. You were born with no expectations. The world then heaps expectations on you. It's your job to tell the world, you are not my God. My God and my story is written. I will be who I'm meant to be. So, each time people tell you you can't do anything, that means you're up to something. Yeah. Do not listen. Keep going for it. It's your life. It's your story. It's your dream. It is in, God put it in your head for a reason. Your dream is yours. No matter what happens on that journey, whether you fall, you fail, you get up, it's your story. Why will you let somebody else tell your story? It doesn't make sense. It's just fundamentally flawed. So I raised $100 million when people told me it was not doable. We were the second only fund, well, the third actually, to be fair. AC was one, and Libo was two. We're the third only guy to raise a fund in Nigeria. And I did the 20 million people. Then we raised fund 1, the team, everybody, we did a great. And people said again, we could not do fund 2. Again, people forget that now God. People play God and tell you what you cannot do. Nobody has a right to tell you what you cannot do. Okay? People can tell you how they think to go about it. I respect that. People can tell you what they think is missing. I respect that. People can tell you what they're doing wrong. But nobody can tell you it's your life, it's your story, it's your destiny, it's your stage, it's your play. Dance. Sing to it. We then raised fund 2. 3.5 times from one side. Come on, 2.5 times from one side within 3 years. Wow. Listen, I've failed 20 times, I can't remember. If you count my successes, maybe I can count 10. My failings, about over 30 or 40. I don't think your 1 hour is enough for me to tell you how much I failed. I've failed 20 times. But from my failures come my best stories. They say a cat has 9 lives. Shoo, maybe I have 100. I'm not done yet. If I'm just starting, I'm just warming up. So expect a lot more failures because I'm not going to stop until I'm great. Okay? I have a date with greatness. That's my destiny. I have a date with greatness. I'm not going to stop. So if my greatness destiny is created my failure, then I'm going to fail a lot. Jeff Bezos said recently that not as successful as you are, I'm paraphrasing, it means your failure will correct your successes. So, listen, I said to you, in writing about your interview, I said I failed, I have a BSc in curiosity, I have an MSc in failing, I have a PhD never giving up. And that's me. I just do not accept the fact that I can't do something. I'm not perfect. If I am flawed, you know me, I'm real, I'm flawed, I make mistakes all the time. But I'm my own biggest critic. I look at the miracle of failure every day. I fail in basic things, in complex things. Be kind to yourself. Why are people so hard to themselves when they fail? Get up and go. Failing means you are making progress. Failing is a proxy. Failing is a solution for progress. It means you are getting better. You have learned one way of not doing something. So how about you give yourself a shot and go for it again? Because each time you fail, you've learned a way of not doing something and you explore possibilities. So that's my story. Now, where am I right now? I work with a group of very interesting people at Platform. We are obsessed about changing the African narrative. Currently, we have 25 companies in our portfolio. We have offices in Nigeria, Ghana, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Kenya, Mauritius, UK, US, Silicon Valley, and now Mexico. We are targeting to have 200 companies in the next 3 years. 200 companies in the next 3 years. 100 of them female-led businesses. I'll tell you a story. 4 years ago, I said to my partner, Tosu Dusoya, Tosu and I sat down in Abidjan. We said to ourselves, this Nigeria and this refinery issue, why can't we just have a refinery in Nigeria? What makes it impossible? And everybody told us we could not do it. This is just 2016. 2016, April, May. Yeah. So Tosi, myself, and our dear friend and Alaga Dola, Wura Abiola said to us, we all sat down like, we can do this. Wura is a great friend, a dear friend, and a sister. We said we can do this. So we said in Abidjan, because we're looking at the refinery in Abidjan, so we went for a meeting in Abidjan to try and get crude from the refinery there. And it's simple. Why can't we build a refinery in Nigeria? Everybody had tried has failed. But because people have failed does not mean that I'm going to fail as well. Your story and my story are not correlated. I will learn from your experience. It does not mean that I'm going to fail as well. Okay? So, 4 years after, our refinery is going to go live in 9 months. 9 months. Our gas plant is going live, our gas plant is going live in 6 months. We are building the first energy park in Africa, mobile energy park in Africa. It's been a tough 4 months. There are a lot of times when I could have killed Tosi and he would have killed me. A lot of times where would have poisoned us. But listen, that's life. Okay? People of destiny will always find each other. And faith has friends. I'm a big believer in faith. Now listen to this before I let's ask the next question. I like to read a lot. And I think for people that want to be successful, you have to read a lot, watch a lot, listen a lot, but you must learn a lot. I didn't say go to school a lot. Learn. You must improve your knowledge. There is, so when I was trying to make my transition from being a fund manager, a PE manager to now what I am right now, because I'm just now I teach at University of Lagos full time. I teach University of Lagos that will not admit me in 2019. Now I teach there. All you guys, you're lost. You must serious note. I read into this sermon by T.D. Jakes, and it's about life. And I'll leave it with this, right? A lot of time, a lot of us, we wish and pray we don't have problems, or wish and pray we don't have troubles. We want an easy life. There is no easy life. Even normal is not easy. Even trying to just stay normal is not easy. So he gave a narrative, and I'll try and paraphrase it, and I'll send the sermon to you first, so you can share it with everybody else. So he said, back in the day before salmon became very successful, became very popular, what was popular was cod. People used to love eating cod. And cod, people used to, most of the guys in the East Coast of the US used to love eating cod. Now, guys in the West Coast wanted to eat cod as well. So they said, okay, let's take the cod from the East Coast of the US, then send it by, put it in ice, and send it straight to the West Coast. Okay? Problem was that by the time they got to the West Coast, it was not fresh again. It was not fresh. The cod wouldn't taste the same or feel the same. It's okay. What are we missing? Don't kill that cod. How about we pick that cod live from the East Coast and send that cod straight to the West Coast fresh and kill it? It still did not taste the same when they killed it. You know why? They then tried something else. So apparently, a catfish the cod is natural prey for catfish. So catfish preys on cods. They then put the cod in a large bulb of aquarium or water or bag, whatever it is, and put the catfish in that whole container, and then made them move. You know why? Because throughout that trip, the catfish was chasing that cod. Chasing that cod throughout that trip. Imagine from East Coast to West Coast. Chasing that cod all through the trip. When they got to West Coast and killed that cod, it was fresh. Your stories, your freshness is in your troubles. That means that for that cod to remain fresh, you have to have the trouble of the catfish. You are fresh today. People see you and say, "Ife, you are looking good. You are fine. You have no problem." Do they know your story? in your trouble comes your freshness. The love of the universe does not allow for things not to trouble you. So why don't you just celebrate your trouble, hold your challenges, look it in the eye, and say, "I am bigger than you. I've been created to be better than you, and I'll not yield to you. I will avoid you. I'll run from you, and I'll keep it moving." Because in that constant motion, in that keep it moving, don't dwell on what has gone wrong. Don't dwell on the past. Don't bother about what may happen. Plan, scenario plan, think, learn, but keep it moving. Nature of life is motion. The first living thing on earth came from a rock, diatom, from motion. Motion is life. Motion is vision. Motion is ambition. And that's my story so far.
That's boast. Okay, so I was going to ask you about mentors and sponsors and what you think about them, but you've already touched on that, so I wouldn't go into that. Another question I have is, I saw a picture of you from maybe when you were like 16 years old or something, and then you had a t-shirt or a jumper, and the jumper said, "I'm going to be rich and famous." And right now, you know, I think you've done well. You're rich, famous, and you're also impacting, you know, the lives of people and all that. Do you think it's because, you know, from back in the day, you had that tunnel vision of what you wanted to achieve when you got older? Do you think that was what helped you, you know, kept you staying, you know, that goal, you know, "I must be rich, I must be famous, I must impact lives"? Do you think that was what actually helped you to stay sane even through all your struggles?
I wish I could tell you yes, and that would be very cliche. But if you read enough about people who are successful, there is something called serendipity. Basically mean fortunate circumstances. There's something called luck if you don't believe in God. There's something called grace if you don't believe in God, right? So yes, I was a dreamer. I think my handle at the stargazer. I'm a stargazer. I like to say I've always dreamt. I've always lived in my mind. But there are plenty of dreamers out there as well, right? A lot of people are going to be famous. So yes, that picture you saw. I mean, I don't know. It shows how long I've known you for you to have seen that picture. That picture was taken like 30 years ago. And I used to wear that t-shirt across University of Ife. And guys used to laugh at me that, look at this dreamer. It was in black and red, and it was a white t-shirt. I want to be rich and famous. Yeah, I always wanted to be successful. Success is not about being rich and famous. As I've grown up, I realized success is whatever it is it means to you. You are successful when you set yourself goals and you go for that goals. I sat down with my daughter and a friend of ours, and my friend's son over the weekend, and I asked them what they want to do with their careers. They said, "Once I want to be a computer programmer." I'm like, "No, guys, what's your life vision for yourself? You are 16, 17. You must have a life vision. What do you want to be?" Did you understand? And I said, "Okay, let me help you. Pick somebody in the world that if you had the chance, you will swap your life for. They may be 40 or 50 or 60. And that then becomes your anchor, your milestone, your pole to set your life plans around. You then look at how they build their life and then plot how to get there. And that got them interested. Like, okay, so this is how you plot your life ambition. I could have said to you that I had a lot of mental anchors when I was young. You know, there are a few people of my era that was doing great things, right? I grew up in the era of in military era. So only the military and a few people were successful. So my point is, yes, I want to be rich and famous, but right now I'm not rich and famous. I'm a nobody. I don't see myself in any of those things. If being rich is that I'm impacting lots of people. Listen, I'm teaching. I try to teach University of Lagos. I teach both the MBA students and some doctoral students. I don't get paid. It's not about money, but impacting lives is important to me. I'm as rich as my neighbor. I'm as rich as the people I impact. I'm as rich as the value I bring to the table, to my partners, to my friends, to my family, to my society. I think for me, what drives me is wanting to make a difference in anything I set my mind to. I give an example that we're trying to build the first modular energy park in Africa. Tosi and I had an ambition, but it took Summit Oil, led by Dr. Abiola and Chief Kola Abiola, to give us that chance to partner with us from Summit Oil. Yes, we invested in it, but they gave us a template. You see, investing in people is the surest way to be successful in life. Don't get me wrong. Invest in stocks or bonds, whatever makes you happy. But those are linear returns. They can only make X amount of money. When you invest in people, the return is geometric. You don't know whether. I've found instances in my life where I found favor where I did not sow. Where someone just say, Toye, I have a deal for you. And that person, maybe I did something for that person 30 years ago. I'm a child of grace. My parents raised me and 22 other nephews and cousins from their little based on grace. My high school, my friends, I went to based on grace. My university based on grace. If you don't invest in people or back people or give people a chance, it's just only one way to go. I've never seen anybody successful, and you ask them in their private time what they spend their time doing, whether it's charity, whether it's giving back, whether they either spend time. I mean, listen, the greatest success story have come from failures. Let's start. I mean, I'm in great company. I mean, so when you say failure, that's why I'll do your topic. I'm in great company of failures. If you call failure, because remember, I don't believe in failure, destination. But let's start. Sir James Dyson of Dyson Industries designed prototypes of his equipment 5,126 times before he got it right. 5,000, imagine, designed, and everybody came. Sarah Blakely was planks. They laughed at her. I mean, big one, Sarah Blakely. Yeah, and he fought had failed that 300,000 times. 300 times. It was down. But people told me that it was turned down 300 times, turned down to fund Ford. Is it Steve Jobs that lost his business? Is it J.K. Rowling, who was broke, divorced, on welfare? Is it Jeff Bezos? In fact, people don't, the richest man in the world, Jeff Bezos today, his first business was called Z Shops. And people don't know Z Shops. Amazon came out of Z Shops. In fact, he had one company called Fire Phone that failed majorly, right? It failed. Is it? Guess what? Steve Jobs' first business was not Microsoft. Sorry, Bill Gates' first business was not Microsoft. It was called Travel Data. It failed as well. So, failing gives you the chance to correct your errors and get better. So my point is, you need to have ambition. That nobody can give you. If your ambition should be the best teacher in the world, and when you strive to achieve that, if your ambition to be the best mother in the world, try to achieve that. Mother Teresa wanted to be the best Christian she could be. And so whatever success means to you, you define it, and you keep striving, knowing that on that journey, there'll be various bumps for you to get that journey, but you keep going. On that journey, if you're a cord, your catfish will keep chasing you. You keep going. On that journey, there'll be naysayers who say can't do it. Why you? Why not you? People tell me all the time, it won't work. It won't work. Don't do it. So I said, what if it works? So if I could have told you that 16-year-old boy you saw in that picture 31 years ago was the guy that had ambition, that had it all planned out, that's BS. Yes, I had ambition, I had dreams. I'm a product of grace. I benefited from the good work my parents. I'm standing on the shores of giants. My parents have done excellent work investing in people. I'm reaping that benefit. My friends along the way have been very helpful. Those I went to high school with or university with, I'm reaping that benefit. My colleagues, who I work with, I made that benefit. My life is great. There's nothing special about me. There's no reason why I should be here today. Nothing special about me. So you need to understand that for each time you have breath in you, success is possible. Colonel Sanderson of KFC started becoming successful at 66. For each time you have a chance to go. Listen, the day you stop trying, that's the day you have failed. You're only a failure when you have stopped trying. Failure and success, because you guys define the destination. How can you be at the destination when you are still moving? How can you be a failure when you still have breath in you? How can you be a failure when you have a chance? For each chance, it's a possibility. And believe me, there is magic in new beginnings.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to go to the next question now. So you're an investor, obviously. So have you ever lost money in any of the investments that you've done? I understand that investors say, you invest in 10, maybe 3 will be okay and stuff like that. Have you ever invested in any business that did not really work out the way you wanted it to work out?
I've lost so much money. You didn't hear what I said? I said even cyber cafe, I lost money. Even selling sand, I lost money. Yes, losing money comes to the territory, right? Mm-hmm. I think if you're going to be successful, you're going to fail. As an investor, my job is to appraise the opportunity and see the possibility of success, try and create an environment of managing that success. I'm sorry, and a lot of the guys will shoot me for this. I don't believe in risk mitigation. I don't believe you can mitigate risk. So don't shoot me, guys. I believe that risk is binary. It's 0 or 1. When risk happens, no matter what you call risk mitigation, it's real. I believe in risk management. What does that mean? It means identify the risk that is possible. You create a framework for managing that risk, and you decide action plans of what you will do if and when they happen. Knowing fully well that when that risk happens, all your action plan most likely come to naught. Like Tyson said, every boxer has a plan until he gets into the room and he gets it in the face. And bam, your plan is gone. So that's your risk plan. The day that risk happens, all that plan disappears. It now comes to your experience, your instinct, your hunger, and for everything. Okay? That's my view. So, I haven't done over 40 investments in my career. Over 50 investments in my career. Well over 50. I've lost money maybe about 10 times or thereabouts that I remember. Some of them spectacular losses. I've made okay money half of the time and I've done well some other time. The difference between, if you ask me, when I've lost money and when I've made money is people, backing the right people. Listen, this is my view of investment. As an investor, so let me give you an analogy. You know the family of cats, you have pussycats, you have foxes, you have hyenas, you have lion, everything. You know when they are all cubs, when they are newly born, you know they all look alike. They all look alike, right? Mm-hmm. You can't tell. Just the old ones, they all look very alike. My job as an investor is to find which of those ones will be a lion, and not a pussycat. Because if you go and back a pussycat and put the pussycat in the jungle, you are in one chance, eh? Okay? Mm-hmm. My job is to back a lion. A lion has one job: eat and kill. If you take a lion away from Brazil and put a lion in China, a lion will dominate and eat and kill. So, as an investor, we look for which of those cubs can be a lion. So sometimes some will have good color. You miss it. It's okay. You can't always be 100% correct. Some will have 4 starts and miss wrong. What you need to do is to define what it is your parameter is to act with conviction. And for me, when it doesn't go well, what I don't do is shoulder, woulda, coulda. I don't do it. I do everything I can to make sure it works. So if it doesn't work, I don't worry about what I could have done. Every day I go to work, I turn up 110%. I do not give anything on turn. So when I sleep like a dead person. I'm following date on that day. And I work hard, and you know I work hard. If I do not let anything, I don't let anything down. And for me, that's it. So when I look at investment, I look at the biggest deciding factor, whether it's corporate or SMEs, is the team or the entrepreneur. A great team will weather the biggest storm, whether it's a devaluation or it's COVID. Listen, one of our portfolio companies right now is making more money than they made before COVID-19. That's a great team. And people are suffering. So a great team is a phenomenon. A great team will make money, whether it is tough or not. A great team will pivot and innovate even when business models change. There'll be macro headwinds. Things will go wrong. That is life. Things are meant to go wrong. If things didn't go wrong, human beings will not be on this planet, will not be here. Nature went wrong to create us in the first place. So let's be clear. But team or the entrepreneur, listen, give me a hungry entrepreneur every day, and I'll back that 10 times again. I'll put around the entrepreneur a solid team that will enable that person achieve or execute, because also that's execution. So what are the elements of success? What do we look for? I look for hunger. I look for hunger, very, very important. Without hunger, we're wasting our time. 2, execution. Can you execute? Ability to execute is very important. Execution. Thirdly, extremely, and this is very, very important, right? I look for that passion in their eyes. There is hunger, there is passion. See, somebody who is passionate about something and is hungry, I promise you all the time they win. Most times they lose the small ones. They lose the small. See, failure is about losing the small fights and winning the big ones. Big people or people are successful, they win on the big things. They lose the small ones, but they learn. From losing the small ones, they learn and get better. But when the back is against the wall, they rise up and they kill it. They will give everything, so that even that person, even competition will know this person is not going anywhere. There are times, there are examples. The way Indomie defended their noodles business against every person, it shows you how hungry they were going to. Sometimes you need to have, so for me, it's extremely important. Hunger, passion, ability to execute, very important. Then, listen, for me, that the LCM, that the basic, they must have. Then, the business model is important. All the things that we do as analysts that we went to school to study is important. But you see, if you have all those ones, without hunger, passion, and execution, I won't touch you. If you don't have those ones, you have hunger, passion, execution, I will build a team around you. So yes, and so I miss it sometimes, and that's okay. You need to learn to have amnesia to your feelings. When you miss it, be kind to yourself. In fact, let me tell you what I do. I celebrate my failures. When I fail, I open a nice glass of any drink I like, and I laugh at myself. And I laugh at myself so well. Because that means that, and I said to myself, Toye, you have learned one way of not doing this thing. How about we go to the next other way? But when I succeed, it means nothing. I am most agitated. If you know me very well, I can get very agitated after I've been successful. Because I know the way life works. I'm most vulnerable. I don't dwell on it. I do not even let it get to me, get to my head. Because success at that point is a result of all my past efforts. So how can I let my past effort define where I am right now? It's done. I did the work. I'm seeing the result. Now let me start another result. And that's how life works. So listen, for everybody out there listening to me, if you failed before, doesn't matter. Try again. Come to me. If you fail 10 times, doesn't matter. You're in good company. The more you fail, the more your odds of succeeding. Whether it's in school, whether it's in a job, whether it's in entrepreneurship, it doesn't matter. For as long as you have life, go for it. But the most important thing I'll say to you is, if you don't go for it, if whatever it is you believe in, has put it in your dream, in your head, in your subconscious, and you don't go it because you think you will fail, what if you don't fail?
We have 2 more minutes on this hour. So if the phone cuts off, we're going to come back. And I still have many questions here, and the guests have been sending questions. I'll say a quick question. It's going to cut off now anyway. Okay, someone, what are your top 3 books, just before the phone cuts off? Top 3 books you recommend?
I can't give you top 3 books, but like, because everybody has books. If you go to my page on Instagram, you see the books I read all the time. I can't give you top 3 books, but if you must read 3 books, read 1, Malcolm Gladwell Outliers. 2, Talent is Overrated. Okay? And 3, The Story of Steve Jobs. Those three books will form and tell about life. Because life is not fair. It has never been fair. Adam got kicked out of Eden because he had apple. For heaven's sake, come on, apple. And look at where we are today. Life is not fair. But that's the nature of life. But for as long as you have life, you will have a chance. The nature of life is in attempting and getting up and going. All our biggest success stories as human beings have come from our failures. So failing is creativity. Failing is...
Hey guys, we're back. That session was fire. Like, oh my goodness, I'm so fired up, and this is someone I see almost every day. So you can imagine seeing this kind of person almost every day, and you're not having fire. The fire will jump on you. So it's important for you guys, man. Like, you have to have ginger. Okay, so we finished with the book. So now the next question I have for you is, has anyone ever tried to con you out of an investment? So for example, we see this happen all the time. You know, you co-own a company with someone, few years down the line, the person wants to be funny and stuff and try to like maybe sign some documents behind your back or whatever. Maybe you invested together with another company, whatever. Has anyone ever tried to con you out of an investment? Welcome back, guys. Welcome.
You're asking interesting questions. Of course, right?
Wow.
Listen, one of the first things you have to understand is there is a victim mentality, there's a victor mentality. Now, so are there bad people in this world? Of course there are bad people, there are good people. I don't know whether I'm a good person or a bad person. Only other people can judge. Some will say I've tried to con them as well. So people that have con me. So I'm not going to speak about people that they con you or you try to con them. I think that things usually happen from perspectives being different, or expectations being different, or relationships evolving beyond the foundation. So you go into a relationship where both of you have different expectations, but you don't address it. When that person's expectations becomes what they want to achieve, it becomes, wow, you're being conned. It could be you conning the other person as well. So first thing first is, I don't go into my entitled of being conned. That's not me. In game theory, you have to learn game theory. Game theory tells you about your own game, another people's game. You have to know how it works. The first thing, you need to understand that when you have a disagreement with somebody, don't first feel that you're being played or not. Go back to the assumption. Was I unreal in my expectations? Were those expectations clear? Did we agree before? You see, a great man once told me 3 things. There are 3 types of people. And this is very interesting. And I mean, this stuck with me. He said to me, the first group of people, they are the people that will tell you, Ife, I'm going to cheat you. I want to cheat you. I'm going to cheat you. So they tell you upfront what they will do to you. And they are going to try and cheat you. You know their action, everything trying to cheat you. Group 1. Group 2 people, they will swear to you by their dead parents. They will swear to you by the Bible, by the Quran, by the priests, anything they worship. That they're not going to cheat you. They will cry on the floor. They will tell you how long you've been with them. They're not going to cheat you. They're going to cheat you. They're lying. Now, the third group of people, where most people fall into, they don't want to cheat you, friend. They don't want to cheat you. They don't want to cheat you. They can't mean well. They want to honor their agreement with you. They are lying with you. But life happens. Bills happen. Maybe you were naive. You did a deal and you use the account to receive the money. The day the money enters the account is when their wife went to the hospital to go and give birth, or their father is dying, or their son's school fees is due. All of a sudden, that money, what did the Fed do, Seth? I did most of the work, so it's relative. Most people fall into third category. I will always do people that tell me they want to cheat me up front because I know what I'm getting. It's my choice. I think everyone deserves to have a right to choose what you owe your partners. If let them know that who you are. I want to cheat you or I won't cheat you. And you can only stand by your own honor. What that person does is outside your control. Listen, I have never fought over money. I walk away all the time. Each time I've gone to a relationship where it did not work out because at the point of value is not always money. Sometimes it's financial, sometimes it's ego, sometimes it's relationship, who knows? And both of us see it differently. I walk. First, why do I walk? My abilities, I'm clear in my abilities, I'm strong in my abilities. I can create again. I'm not afraid of creating again. The hand of a giver is always on top. If I created, I'll create again. I'm not worried about it. If there is a God, if there's a universe, if there's a science, I will do it again. I walk. I will not mention names of examples that happened, but those that know me will tell you, I will walk. It happened 18 years ago. It happened 22 years ago. It happened 27 years ago. It will happen again. I always walk. And each time I have walked, I've gotten better. Because you know why? I learn, I evolve, I get better. That is one. 2, you need to be honest with yourself. There are some things that you also have done wrong. Being brutally honest with yourself and say, what have I done wrong? What have I learned from this relationship? How could I have done it better? So for me, people try to con me, it's because I had unreal expectations, or I didn't know that person very well, or because definitely most times me and that person had different views, and that person was saying it, but I didn't listen. I felt I was listening. A lot of things happen. It just so see, even the people that get conned by so-called Yahoo boys, how can somebody send you an email say come and collect all contracts for $1 million by paying $10K? Come on, what kind of stupidity is that? You wanted to con the other person now? It was unreal. Life doesn't work like that. So for me, I don't believe in lottery. Lottery is a lie. It happens, don't get me wrong. People win money. But do you know for a fact that 90% of people who have won lottery have lost that money within years? Because the nature of lottery is surreal. So for me, my advice is, I don't dwell, I don't spend negative energy on the things that are behind me. If I'm in a relationship that is not working out, whether it's business or anything, if I've tried my best, I've given my shot, and I've looked in the mirror. Remember I said failure is a mirror. I've seen failure. I said, okay, guy, what's up? Well, talk to me. Otoye, you failed at this, so A, B, C are your fault. And I've owned my failures. I've owned my errors. I'm at peace with myself. I cannot blame the other person. It's my fault for having an unreal expectation. It's my fault for not being realistic or not planning enough. It's my fault for finding myself in a situation where I don't control. Nobody is responsible for my result except me. Nobody. Nobody. I mean, how can I empower my outcome to somebody else? I work. I never worry about these things. So for me, I have experiences of things not going well a lot of times. I've done business where both of us have unmet expectations. If it is money, I'm sorry to say on this, it's not pride. My creator is bigger than money. If money is somebody's God, then my God is not money. My God, I don't want about money. So let me say this. Let me say this, and I say this to my close friend. Me and money are not mates. I have a God. Me and money are not mates. How can I be made to something that was created by mankind? My God, the creator, the universe, that created everything, still lives. I have a shot. I mean, money is a commodity. I can create it all day long. So why will I worry about what I can create? How about I invest in people? Do you know what it means if I touch 1,000 lives? I have 2 kids. If I touch 1,000 lives, do you know the possibility of my 2 kids being touched on in their multiple? It's do the math. If my father said to me that there are 4 ways to live this life when you live. He said, and this is not because you have money. 4 things a human being must do to try and impact his environment. 1, and it's in Bible, it's in Quran. You must quench thirst. So anybody here, if you have money, try and build boreholes or invest in water projects where you give communities that are thirsty water. For each time that person drinks water and you quench their thirst, the universe blesses you. God blesses you. The balance comes your way. 1, thirst. 2, you need to educate people. So invest in education around you. For each time you raise awareness, you raise humanity, you raise mankind. 3, shelter. Plant a tree, build a building, or do something. Because each time you give somebody shelter, you give somebody a place to rest on. And in peace comes universe balance. If you're a Muslim, help build a mosque. If you're a Buddhist, help build a temple. If you are nothing, invest in your society. But each time you invest in your spirituality, you live forever. So for me, I've always built my life on those 4 principles that once I think for most of us on this channel, we can afford our daily meals. And if you can't, then find a skill to afford your 3 daily meals, do your hustle. The rest is just excess. So the rest is us asking for more. And more is okay. More is okay. More is not a bad thing. Once you want more, invest in that universe that's giving you more. And the universe will bless you. Do you think it is by error that the richest people are the biggest philanthropists? Do you just think that just pause and imagine Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, and see how much they give to charity? Even Nigeria, Aliko, Tonomelu, see how much they give to charity. Do you think it's by error? For each time you uplift mankind, you get uplifted. So why will I spend my life chasing money when I have a God? Money can chase me. Money will follow me. Like that Dido song, money will follow me. I'm not going to follow it.
Wow, that was explosive. Okay, so the next question I have for you is, what is your opinion about doing business with your spouse?
Wow. If you have to, I have to be careful here, but on a more serious note, I think it's again, I don't claim to be an expert in this thing, right? You see, marriage is an interesting relationship, and I think a lot of people don't even understand themselves enough before they can get married to someone they don't even understand. So you have double whammy. You don't know yourself, you get married to someone you don't understand. So it's double whammy, right? So first, the marriage institution is something that is very important. You have to understand. So it's not about business alone. If your marriage is not a good foundation, you will struggle in a lot of things. That's first. business as a relationship is another marriage itself. So when you're in business, your partner is your wife or your husband. You know, it's all the emotions without the affection of your spouse. At least when you go, if you're married to your husband, your wife, you get to you can hold your madam and say, "Madam, hold me small now. Let me lock small for some benefits." For your business partner, there are no benefits except just the business, and that's tough. So imagine mixing two worlds of business and marriage. It's tough. It is not impossible. It requires, so if marriage requires patience, doing that with your partner requires double patience. And some people can do that. If marriage requires understanding, being your partner and being your spouse requires double understanding. I can't tell people not to do it or to do it. I think we have different temperaments. I've seen it work, by the way. I've seen it work in some places, and I've seen it fail. It goes back again to my fundamental statement. Most people, and I think you must always define your expectations in any relationship. Why are we doing business together? Is it because we are married or because we have a shared vision? If you're ready for doing business because you're married, then you need to say that's why. So it doesn't matter whether that person is good or not. Once I'm married to you, you'll be my partner. Simple. So you can't then complain that my wife is incompetent, my wife is difficult. You chose her because she's your wife, not because you have a shared vision. You can't then argue from the other principle. It doesn't work. But if you have a shared principle, where you say you have a shared vision, it doesn't matter whether you're married or not, you're aligned. I have seen people who are partners and married get divorced and stay business partners and succeed. They were better as partners than married. I've seen people who are business people who are married become business partners. There's no rule book. Listen, there's no playbook to life. You need to be. I think what people don't. One thing we don't do very well is that we're not honest with ourselves. We're not brutally honest with ourselves. You need to be brutally honest with yourself. You need to be your own biggest critic. I need to have frank conversations with yourself. So I don't know whether I answered your question. My view is that it depends. Yeah.
You did. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so in one of your interviews in 2019 with one Mr. Popola, you mentioned that investing in Nigeria right now was tough. So what do you think about investing in Nigeria right now, especially with COVID and everything? What do you think about that? Is it tougher, or do you see opportunities, and what kind of opportunities are you seeing right now?
Let me say this, right? Now, if you follow what I've said for the last an hour and a half, you understand what I'm about to say. I am always in a state of siege. I'm never comfortable. You know that I'm never comfortable. I always want more. Even when I've just succeeded on something, I've moved to the next level. I'm always in a constant state of mission chaos. Sorry, mission chaos. My vision is clear. My mission chaos is my constant state of entropy. That is me. You know why? Because I also understand the nature of life. That whether it is external fact shocks or internal shocks will happen. So COVID-19 did not meet me in any state beyond where I was. I'm already in a constant case of chaos. COVID is disrupting industry like you have never seen before, while creating opportunity like you have never seen before. It's seismic. We will never, well, I will not say we'll never, we have not seen another scale of COVID opportunity in the last 100 years or before, after World War II, on 80 years. Industries are being redefined. Models are dying. Models are created. Who thought? Do you realize that? Let me tell you if you another question. Do you imagine what will happen in Nigeria after COVID in the next 3 months? Income levels will drop. Now, employers know that people can work from home. So they say, why am I paying you too much money? Pay half salary and stay at home and work. What then happens? That person getting half salary, income becomes lower, I don't have to live in Lekki to work for you anymore. I can go and live in the Oyo State, Ibadan, and work for you and lower rent. So if my income drops to 50%, my cost will drop as well. Now, if that then drops, what happens to what I spend money on? So we are thinking capital being allocated differently. Sectors, construction, there'll be big losers here. Construction will be a major. Construction industry has to really innovate to stay alive. You know, there'll be major winners here, like telecom, like conferencing. Imagine you and I doing this on Instagram. A lot of webinars on Instagram. People are not running conferences. I've gotten over 10 invites to speak on conferences for the next 1 week on conferences, virtual conferences. So, you paying plenty money to fly to UK for conference and go and see people. So that means airlines, hotels, major disruption. Now, those that will win are those that have analyzed it very carefully. You see, we live in the era of consumer-led innovation. Back in the day, it was business-led innovation. Now, the consumer determines what it wants and innovates. Consumer to consumer-led innovation is driving a lot of stuff. What does that then tell you? It means that those business models that do not factor a shifting consumer appetite, consumer status, consumer need, consumer income will struggle. Simple. I'm telling you, some people think that event industry will die. I don't know that it will die or not. I think Africa has a great opportunity. Listen, we are playing catch up. We don't have problems of the US. We don't have enough electricity anyway. So how can we stay at home all the time and do working and doing better at home? Before you know it, maybe I won't say NEPA, but I'll say NEPA colloquially. NEPA will take light now, or the generator will go down, or that'll happen. So to answer your question, I am seeing great business opportunities. For the last 2 weeks, we've had one of the best 2 weeks of the year at Platform Capital. We've opened our office in Latin America. We're investing in health tech. We're investing in conference tech. We're investing in education technology. We're investing in not just technology, we're even investing in other businesses that will benefit from COVID. I think for every entrepreneur or anybody trying, you must say and be brutally honest with yourself what impact this will have in your business. Listen, a lot of us, for a lot of people, when you write down on your list what's happening, you're writing your wish down, not your reality. You must write your reality down. Your wish is secondary. What is my reality? What is my wish? What is the gap between my reality and my wish? And that's how you track it. Okay. Most people start with their wish, not their reality first. And COVID is changing a lot. And for me, it's an exciting time. Listen, I wish I was 21 again right now. I wish I was young again. I was 21 again right now. Because it's a great world now. It's a borderless world. Everything is possible. Cost of infrastructure for communication is going to drop. Web 3.0, IoT is real. Everything that you can, the global world is now your marketplace. So for me, I'm happy that in my lifetime, I'm experiencing COVID. Okay? It's happy that, and I've spent this time well with my team to back the great ideas. People always say to you, because you have money. Money is a commodity, everybody. Money will come when you have good ideas. Don't get me wrong, money is important, capital is important. But capital chases entrepreneurship. Capital always chases entrepreneurship. A great idea has never lacked money. Never lacked money. You always find money. Focus on those opportunities that nobody is exploiting. Now, be careful. Not every idea is an opportunity. Not every opportunity is a business model. Not every business model will make money. Be clear of that line. Bible said that. I think what's going to happen out of Nigeria for the next 10 years as a result of this COVID is major. People will start using tools, using a lot of assumptions. I mean, would you believe, Ife, that in today's age, it is even possible If anybody had told that in 6 months ago that the world could be on lockdown, people not go to school. My daughter had assembly online today. Assembly online, and they read Nigerian anthem. Do you then imagine what happens? So I'll be paying boarding house school fees for what? If they can train them from my house without paying anything. So imagine people that pay the boarding house when you can. I mean, you just imagine all the possibilities of education or conferencing. Or I'll give another example. We just did a deal on a very smart guy that does 3D printing. Do you realize that 3D printing lowers cost of construction by manufacturing 90%? 90%. So there are a lot of things that people manufacture, we can 3D print it. While 3D printing face masks, ventilators, at 99% of the cost. How do you then want to compete with a 3D printed business? So, my advice to people, I am excited about this. Again, like I said, even though, listen, my birthday was last week Wednesday. I'm just 18 years old, so I don't know what if I told you guys. I feel I'm 18 and believe I'm 18. It's a new world entirely. But this is a chance in this new world for us to be kings. This is Africa's chance. This is our chance to change the narrative. This is our chance to own the world. 1.1 billion people. We need to wear clothes. We need to wear shoes. We need electricity. We need to use phones. We need to consume. We consume everything. And this is our continent. We are educated. We are smart. We can access money. In the next 30 years, Africans will be half of the workforce of the world. Workforce of the world. Africans will, in the next 30 years, Africa will be food capital of the world. In the next 30 years, Africa will be the resource capital of the world, from cobalt to oil to gold to everything. So I'm African, I'm black, I'm Nigerian, I'm hungry, I'm young. Everything is possible. COVID what? I'm just getting started.
Explosive. Okay. So another question I have, I'm not even taking guest questions. Maybe I'll give them 15 minutes at the end. So another question I have is, I know you've been part of, several partnerships and all of that. So please tell me a time when you've been able, tell me a time when a partnership, you were in did not work, and how were you able to manage the partnership, or did you dissolve the partnership? How are you able to go about it?
You cannot solve a problem by destruction. I said I will always walk away. I will not destroy anything I've created. It's a curse. Go read your Bible, read your Quran. Because first I'm deeply spiritual. I'm not religious, so don't judge me. Only if you know me, I'm deeply spiritual. I believe in God a lot. So I will always choose to walk away from what's not working. If I've tried everything I can try, rather than destroy it or walk. Okay? Rather than destroy it or walk. Yeah. A lot of people will be like, if it's not working, let's break it up. I won't break it up. Because, again, like I said, I have life. I have faith. I serve a God that gives. I serve a God that keeps giving and never stops giving. So why should I worry about it? It didn't work out today, doesn't mean it will not work out tomorrow. I have had partnerships that not worked, and I always walked away from them. And I've always wished my partners well when I leave them. I walked away and wish them well. It doesn't mean I don't hurt. I hurt. You'll be hurt. You're human. The human part of you will feel pain. You want to revenge. You want to do things. But you have to understand that everything that you've got in your life as well is not because you deserve it. So heartbreak as well happening to you is not because you deserve it as well. And it's okay to feel heartbreak. For every there's a Japanese thing called kintsusori. It means, I think I pronounced very well. It's an art where when it breaks, they then stick together and they glue together. So you see a broken vase, but all with lines where they've glued together. And it says that vase is so beautiful, for it is broken. My heart is so pure, because it's in pieces. Heartbreak is God's way of reminding you of your humanity. Heartbreak is God's way of reminding you that He is God. And if you truly believe in a super being or in the universe, if you don't believe in God, you need to know that creation happens all the time. So for me, when partnerships don't work, whether it's marriage, and I've not been unlucky to be divorced, and I hope not, or business, you need to look at yourself in the mirror and own your own faults of where you went wrong. Have I always been the best partner I could have been? No, I've not. I have my share of error. Who am I to say whose fault is higher than the other person? I may think I only did little and I did more. Who is counting? Some people will say, I only slapped you, but you shot me. Your slap and my gun, they may be the same thing now. Maybe your slap can kill, or you can not kill. I never destroy, not me. It's not mine. In the first place, it belongs to God. I've never actively worked to bring anybody down. It's not me, it belongs to God. I have never gone out there to bring another person down. It's not me again. Negativity is not me. Again, like I said to you, I'm all about me. You and I's success are not correlated. Where I'm going and where you are going are the same. So what should I worry about where you are going? What will it do to me? If I work with you right now and it didn't work out, it doesn't mean I'll be a failure tomorrow. It doesn't mean that. I've seen various partners go their separate ways and become very successful. It does not mean that we can't both be successful. There is enough space for everybody to succeed. So negativity, enmity is a waste of time. I will not. And even if your partner goes, even if that partnership and you work with that partner is trying to bring you down, do not worry. Because nature sorts its own out. Nature takes care of its own. If you've been truthful to yourself, if you've been factual with yourself, if you've been a good person within your own mind and reason, and when you have failed, you've admitted it, and to yourself and to your, you just keep going, keep it moving. Remember that shark, remember that catfish and that cord. Keep it moving. You'll be fine, you'll be fresh. Now, you've been talking on the inside, though. People will see you and say, if I is fresh, though, if I is driving this car, if I is doing Instagram with Kimberly or Sage, if I is doing all that. But they don't know they don't know your story. Just keep moving. The nature of relationships, it is that it is never going to be permanent. Unfortunately, let me break your heart. Even for those partners, whether it's marriage, death will still separate you. So if there is a terminal date to any relationship, whether it's death or normal, why would you then want to kill yourself over it? So yeah, I have had my friend. I've always worked. I've always worked when I've believed there is no other way to fix it. I never work at the first chance or second chance. I will try and try and try. But sometimes I just, when you believe that if I am better off being on my own or another partnership than this current partnership, why am I being negative and trying to bring the partnership down? I'll leave it. It's painful. You will hurt. You will have nightmares. Your family will tell you don't do it. Your friend will tell you I told you so. Everybody and your partner will feel the same way too. Everybody has a story to tell. Even the devil has a story to tell. Even the devil has a story to tell. So why would you then think you're the only person that has a story? That is life. Partnerships are partnerships. They're tough work. You work at it every day. You give your best at it. You try and be honest with yourself. When you're wrong, you apologize. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, give your best shot, but keep it moving.
Thank you. So one final question from me before we now open the floor for everyone. So what are some of the things we should expect and prepare for on the road to success, and how can we prepare for them?
First, I love this question. First, road to success. There's some people, maybe they're from your village or from your friends. They're called naysayers. They will tell you can't do it. They'll tell you why you. But they will spend so much energy telling you why it won't work than listening to you. Naysayers, they're like speed bumps. Respect them, listen to them, let them not define you. If you don't respect them, listen to them, they will go out there, some of them will go out there and become, some of those bumps will now become hills. You can't even climb it, you can't go again. Naysayers on your road to success, extremely important to see them. Some of them are so passive. You don't know they're naysayers. They will not tell you anything. That they just, if you say, I want to say, okay, I think so. You can try. You never say anything. Like, don't you feel the energy just brings you down, just makes you tired, right? On that road to success, by the way, so let's always say this: success is not a destination, neither is failure. Okay, both of them are milestones on your journey. Your journey is what God put you on this earth for. What your Creator put you on this earth for. It's about your journey. On your journey, you will fail, you succeed, fail, you succeed. So success can be a destination. I think you are determining a success or a failure when your journey ends. But who can even determine who your failure is? I'll tell you a story. You know, one of the great artists of all time, you know, when they were alive, okay, was it Galileo that was beheaded for saying that the world was round? I think it was Galileo. I think it was Galileo, the world was round. He was killed for saying what's not famous for right now. So when he died then, it was a failure 500 years ago. Now it's a success. So even when you die, you can still be successful when they say you fail. So that concept itself is tough. So I don't believe that you can be I don't believe your journey in life is about failure and success being your destination. It's your milestone, your lamppost. That is one. I think what most people don't do is we are too hard on ourselves when we fail. Be kind to yourself when you fail. It is okay. You are going to fail. It is written in every book of life, whether it's any book, whether it's even in the Buddhist book, or failure or falling down is part of life teaching you. Be kind to yourself. Try and be, but just try and understand why you failed. Why did it happen? And what could you have done differently? And how will you do it? The journey is not linear, eh? It's not linear. It's not going to go the way you think it's going to go. It's going to go different curves. So they say the shortest time between two lines is a straight line, but that's only the textbook. There are various curves to do distances, and there are no shortcuts. Anytime you see a shortcut, run. It's a lie. There's a mirage. There are no shortcuts in life. I've never. Each time I have seen a shortcut, it's come back to a long run, not shortcut. So do the hard work, do the heavy lifting. Time, pay your dues in life. Time happens, and take your time. You know, sometimes we're in a hurry, that we forget the important things. See, time is not about it's not hours or days. Time is about learning that lesson or having that expertise or that experience. You know, take your time, learn, equip yourself with the skills that you need to have. It's actually important. You know, what I'm going to say to you though is, don't let anybody judge you or tell you what you want is not right. Please, do not let anybody tell you what you want is not right. Do not justify what you want to anybody. You want it, you want it. Why am I justifying what I want? You just want it. That's the nature of life. So be very clear, have a very clear vision. Now, people think that a vision is just saying that I want to rule the world. What does that mean? That's not a vision. That's a statement. I want to rule the world. How? What? What will you do? Be very clear about what your vision is. A dream is not a vision. Okay? Have a vision. Have a clear mission to that vision. Have a clear strategy to achieve that mission. Have clear tactics to implement that strategy. Action points to support that tactics, and daily steps you take. And believe in serendipity. I promise you, the universe itself was created based on magic. You know, and for me, why do I keep saying magic? Because magic has science to it. Magic has probability to it. I believe in magic. Miracles only happen in the Bible or Quran. I don't know about them, you know. But magic is possible. 1, 2, faith and belief. To be good, to do well, you need to have belief. To do well at something, you need to have belief. To be great, you need to have faith. Because we believe there is rationality. You have a sense of what's possible. With faith, there's just this thing that you cannot explain, that is just driving you. Greatness and faith are cousins. They go together. You can't have one without the other one. Faith and greatness. So have faith in yourself and see greatness happen. And that's what I would say.
Thank you. So now I'm going to open the floor for questions. So you guys just send in your questions. I'll read them out to him, and hopefully the last 20 minutes of this session will still be as explosive. Like, I've learned so much. In fact, there's some things I said here today. I was literally just shaking. Here, I was just like, Jesus Christ. Like, I didn't even know some things. So you guys are lucky. Better join the AGS tribe. So, okay, so there's a question here. How long do you think a person should be in the corporate world before launching their own business?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I know it depends. I can't answer that question. If I knew that question, I'd be a trillionaire today. Nobody knows, right? I think it just depends. Some people don't start. Some people don't start at all. Some people don't go to corporate world at all. Some start from the school and succeed, and some spend 50 years and succeed. I don't know. That will depend on your passion, on your hunger, and what you want, on the opportunities, time and chance, experience, opportunities. I don't know. You have to. But all I can say right now is that you're in corporate world and you have ambition. Start piloting your ambition on the side. Don't wait until everything lines up. Everything will never line up. The stars never line up for you. They never do. Never line up for you. Go for it. You'll never be at a good time where everything is going to go your way. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. But let's keep going. So yeah, stars will never line up. There is no better time to start than now. Whether it's 30 years or 5 years, I don't know. But once you're ready for the journey, listen, your story is a journey. Prepare for it, pack for it. Once you think you are ready to start your journey, that's time to move. Once you think you are ready, that's time to move. And that's it.
Okay. Someone else is asking, have you ever gone into partnership with family or friends?
All the time. All the time. Mixed results. Some work very well, some don't. Will I do it again? All the time again. That's life, right? Your family, your friends are universe. It doesn't mean that you will not you work well. I'm lucky to have good friends. I've mentioned a few of them. I'm lucky to have good siblings. I've not been with my wife, my sister, my brother, my friends. Imagine, like I said to you, my immediate older sibling and I did Summer Cafe together in 1998, and we lost money for like 3 years. That I think they ran away from business for another 20 years. But we're back doing this together again. You know, if you had judged me based on the money we lost doing the Cyber Cafe, you wouldn't have done business with me again. But that's life, you know. It's okay. Just define expectations. Remember, define expectations. Everybody, please, any partnership, define expectations. Oh, and one important thing I learned, and this is very useful for me on partnerships, and I want to say this. If I've ever made any mistake in my partnerships, is that I assumed my partnership expectations at the beginning were the same throughout that partnership. People evolve, people change. If I had my chance in all my partnerships, every year I will sit down and discuss partner goals and partner situation, partner goals, partner expectations. Where we then say, what are we trying to get? It's very important. People change. I changed. I wanted more. I did a PhD. I learned French. I went to I started doing charity. I became a different person entirely. What's your part? So the person that my partner met 30 years ago may not be the same person right now. So if I'm going to change, why would I the person not change as well? That's nature's life, you know. So for me, it's that if you're in a partnership, whether it's a marriage, whether it's a business, always take stock of your partnership. Where are we? Where are we going? Are we going together? It will save you a lot of heartache. It doesn't mean that it will always work, but you see it coming. Yeah.
Wow. I've actually never thought about partnership like that in terms of like yearly goals and all that. And I think once you have that discussion, I think it makes everybody understand where you are and if you're going to continue that partnership or not. I haven't ever thought about that. So that was really, really good insight. Someone else is asking, have you ever rejected any potential business? And if yes, what made you not invest in that business?
Wow. I mean, that's like my day job, saying no, right? Saying no. I mean, for everyone deal you do, you say no to 10, right? Maybe sometimes it's because there are better opportunities than that opportunity. Maybe sometimes because the opportunity is not ready yet. A lot of reasons why. But one thing I do is, I act with conviction. I back my convictions. I've learned to trust my conviction. Doesn't mean I'm always right, but it means I'm always at peace. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Someone is saying, do you regret passing on any investments in the past?
Oh, wow. Yes. So as an investor, there are two things to say. The ones you passed on that become successful are very nice beer apologists. I should have done that deal. Oh, I could have done that deal. If the one you do that don't work, that keep up at night, like, why did I do this deal? So yes, I've missed on a few opportunities in the past. Not a lot of them, but I've missed on a few opportunities in the past. I mean, for example, I don't do public equities. I don't trade in stocks. Doesn't mean they can't make money. I just don't believe in it. I believe I'm better able to manage my own risk at this stage in my life right now. So there are great deals I've seen in stock, trade companies that I could have bought at a very low price that became very successful, and there are some I've also regretted. Yes, you will always regret. But again, I don't remember what I said. I don't dwell on my failures or my failings or my falling down, my errors. I look at it. I try to analyze why I made that mistake and learn from it. Every failing, every falling down is a chance for me to learn and get better. And I'm a work in progress. I'm always improving. I'm always improving. I'm a work in progress. I keep getting better. So each time I fail, I get better. So imagine how many. So right now, where I am today, because I failed a lot, and I want to fail a lot more because I want to be better than I am right now. So that's what it is for me.
Okay. Someone else is asking, at what point does your discomfort drive you to take chances?
Every day, I'm always uncomfortable. That's what I said. I'm always uncomfortable. I don't like comfort. Comfort is a lie. It's not real. Comfort is illusionary. It's not possible. You can't be comfortable when you don't know what tomorrow. How can I be comfortable when you don't know tomorrow? It's an impossible statement. I'm never comfortable. I'm not comfortable. So I'm always in a constant state of chaos. Entropy I believe in entropy, disorder. Life itself, life itself is not real. So I'm always in that constant chaos. I'm always moving. I keep it moving. I just give an example of, I can give other examples. I can tell you more. I'm always. So for me, it's like discomfort drives me. When things are going very well, I get very worried. I get paranoid. I get so paranoid, I cause my own chaos. Yeah, because I understand the nature of life. Success is not a destination. You cannot be a person who is successful. No, it doesn't work like that. And after every mountain comes a valley. So once I get to a peak, what's next? A valley. So let me start down that valley before I see that valley. So imagine if I don't get to the peak and I start strolling. All of a sudden I see a valley. I'm not prepared for it. I prepare for it. So I'm always uncomfortable. Always.
Okay. All right. Someone is asking, what are some of the lessons you learned during the time you tried to raise funds through the pension fund? And are they applicable for today's business or investment climate in Africa?
So what I didn't say is that, so after I didn't raise money from the pension fund first time around, I then went back. I haven't learned how to raise, I haven't raised money successfully internationally. I haven't built a track record. I haven't improved on my pitching, my selling, my competence, my track record. I got money from pension funds eventually. In fact, I would say for the last 3 years, I've raised more money from local pension funds and international, I think, across most of my projects. So yes, pension funds are investing right now. So there are lessons that can, I mean, whoever wants to know can get across to me. There are pointers. I mean, I did the first 10-year corporate bond where we raised about 10 billion. I got money into our PE fund. We're about to, right now, Platform Capital, we are closing about 3 bonds for about 100 billion. Listen, the pension fund is real and they are doing great stuff. They've come a long way from back in the day. They are looking for opportunities. So if you have a great idea, please do not let anybody think they will not invest. Just understand what they want and meet them what they want, and there's money there.
Okay. So someone is asking, how do you handle the times where you feel uninspired? Like, what do you do when you don't feel like doing anything, saying that you are always in high spirits? Do you have downtimes?
I watch series. I watch movies. I watch movies, I read books. And if I have no book to read or nothing to watch, I'll go to places where I'm not comfortable, I'm not used to. So most times I go to, I mean, do you know how many Nigerians even know Nigeria? Okay, let me start. Do you know how many Lagosians don't know Lagos? I go to Ikotun, Egbeda, I'll go to Songwater, I'll go to Egbe, I'll go to Badagry, I'll go to places, know my environment. I just feel it. What are people doing? What's life like? I get inspiration from everything, right? You'll be surprised. So the brain processes, so okay, this is how it works. The heart takes signal from the brain. The brain processes what it sees, what it smells, what it hears. So when I'm looking for inspiration, I go for a new smell, a new sound. Because my brain will process it and I have to play it. And that's it.
Wow. Okay, someone is asking, what are some of the exercises that helped you to understand yourself of conviction holistically? In other words, how did you get better at reading and trusting your instincts?
Just try, attempt. The more you attempt, the more experience you get. You cannot learn to drive a car by reading a book. Let's drive the car. You cannot learn to be good at something unless you try. So a lot of people will tell you that you have to try. So attempting, going for it is very important. Again, listen, I've been lucky to learn from great people. I've been blessed to work with, work for, work alongside great people. I'll tell you a story. When I was in GT Bank, my boss then, God bless his soul, Ikenna Ezechukwu, gave me one work one day. And I thought I was a star. So I've been working like non-stop for 4 days. So he then gave me an assignment to do. And I'd done like 4, night shifts. So this was Thursday night, and it was it 99 or thereabout, I can't remember, 2000, I can't remember yet where I was. I'm like, again, I'm tired, I want to go home. I'm tired. This wants to kill me. I said, okay, go home. Now, back in the day, there was cell phones. So I go back to work and back in GT Bank then, you have to get to work early. You have to go to your bank, all your company accounts, know what movement happened in the account. You have to know everything. I mean, banking then you were a total solution provider. You knew everything about your clients. So I walked to my desk that day, and my boss had prepared the 3 memos. Each one about 15 pages. He prepared 3 memos. He had signed it and put a notepad. So you please sign and submit. When I saw that thing, I sat down like, what is this? What have I done wrong? The guy came at work. I said, I'm sorry. What did you do? I'm sorry. No, I said, what did you say? No, what did you do? So I begged him. So he looked at me and said, Toye, let's be clear. 1, I don't need to do my work. I can do my work myself. I'm training you to be able to do my work so that you can make your job. Every employee's job is to make his boss useless. So you should strive to make me useless. And how will you make me useless if you don't know what I know? If you do not get your competence to the level where I'm afraid of doing my job, you have not done well, I'm not training you well. So first, I don't need to do my job. I've learned my own role. I'm already competent. It's your job to learn competence from me, not that way around. I will teach you, I'll give you the environment, but I can't force you. You must want it more than I want it for you. Word, first thing. The second thing, the day you have nothing to do is the day you lose it, you're out of a job. You must always have something to do. You must always have something to do. And that's very important. So if you say you've done your work and finished your work, then that means you're not doing enough work. If your ambitions will scare you, if your work is not big enough, then you're doing something wrong about life. So always strive. Always leave everything done, have something to do. Very, very important. And third thing he said to me, how far you go in life depends on how bad you want it. I've done the work. Now you know I've learned that you could have done that work. I've been another chance for you to learn it, but guess what? Honor is on you. So for me, it reminded me of what life should be. That I'm not a star, I'm not better, I've learned. So I've learned from people like that who trained me, who exposed me. Or is it my days of training school when Olajola and Tayaderoku spent a lot of money training us, teaching us value? Or when my good friend now, my sponsor, my professional parent Tutusoleye will harass our lives. Anybody that went to training school in GT Bank between 1997 and 2000, ask about Tutusoleye, you actually realize that she made you into a human being, right? Or is it when I work for John Darlington, or Bimbola Shore, or Kenelama, or Herbert Wigwe? I've been lucky to have great bosses who have given me the opportunity, but have also taken the initiative. That's the nature of life. It's about partnership, wanting and giving. For if you ask life, life will give you.
Okay, so I'm going to ask one more question, and you have to answer it in like 1 or 2 minutes because we have only 3 more minutes. Someone is saying, how can I position myself for a career switch from wealth management to private equity? What competencies do I need to build?
Go and get a job as an analyst. Start from the scratch. What else you know you are? Go and learn it. Don't use yourself. When I left banking to go to private equity, I was already a manager in a bank, and I joined AC as an associate, not as a VP. Start from the bottom. You get to the top. Just there are a lot of PE houses, and if you are smart, apply. I'll give you a job.
Boss, you heard that. Okay, so okay, I think that's the last question that I see here. I wanted to ask one more, but I think that was the last one.
You're using your time very well, eh? Go ahead.
Yes, so we have to use this time very well. So, okay, since in the absence of no other questions, I'll just like to say a huge thank you to you for taking out your time. You're a great teacher. I've been privileged to learn from you every day, but today I decided, okay, you know what? Now, before I was miserly, I was like, maybe I should just let nobody know what I've been enjoying and all of that. But I just say, you know what, the AGS Tribe members, they deserve this. You know, the audience deserves this. They need to learn from your knowledge and all of that. So I decided to say, you know what, please come and, you know, tell us about some of the things that you've experienced on your journey so that other people can understand that nothing good comes easy. It's been a journey. Like when people see me, they say, I say, you know, you have it easy, or things are just coming for you. I'm like, you don't even understand what is really, really going on. And I've known you since probably I was 9 years old, and I've seen some of the things, you know, happen. I've seen some things in the news. I've seen all kinds of things, and I know that you always continue to strive to be better. So I was like, you're the perfect person to come and talk to us about some of the challenges and valleys and mountains that you've been able to succumb. And I know that, you know, this is just the beginning of the journey. So thank you very much. We're very, very honored to have you come and talk to us today. And all of you watching, please join the AGS tribe. We have an amazing community of women, and we're always, willing to help. We talk to each other, try to, look for opportunities to grow each other. We're over 1,000 right now, so join us. So many things are happening. A lot of things are happening. This is, like you said, things are happening. This is the time for you to connect. This is time for you to network. A lot of things in 2 years' time, people that you can see now, you can talk to, are not the same people that will not be the same people in 2 years' time. So now is the time to leverage the relationships that you have, and there is no better time than to join a community that is fully committed, to empower women. We have a lot of amazing men also in the community. Not a lot. We have maybe like 10 men, but at least they're passionate about women empowerment. Dr. T, do you have any last words in 30 seconds?
Yes, thank you for having me. Again, I'm deeply honored. I don't know how you got me to do this, but I've done it. But my last thought again is, please, nobody is perfect. Nobody is right. Nobody is wrong. Life is too short. Don't live other people's dream. Live your own dream. Be good. Go for it. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. Tell everybody about the AGS tribe. We're amazing people. We're conquering the world. Women, we run the world. Thank you, guys. Bye. Join the AGS tribe. Link is in our bio to join. So join us, guys. And hopefully I'll be able to download all of this and post it on YouTube so that you can watch it and share it and all of that. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. Link is also in my bio. Literally, it's just one click and subscribe and watch all our videos. We have this one there now, but I'll upload this and so many other things come.